What's up, everybody? Today I want to talk about the production characteristics of the Reed, the Nabal, and the Nimlioh avocados. These are all Guatemalan types, and these are all fantastic, excellent avocados, and they're all starting to produce right around now. This is June. This is Southern California. This is Zone 10, and we'll take a look at this multi-grafted avocado tree. I've been able to observe these grafts and their production over a certain number of years now, because some of these grafts are starting to get to an age where they're starting to get really productive, and they're starting to show how they produce over a certain number of years. So we'll talk about it. All right, check it out. Look, this is the multi-grafted avocado tree. I've done so many videos about this tree on my channel. Subscribe to my channel. You'll find the whole growth cycle of this tree, of when the grafts were just really young up until now, where they're up, they're grown, and they've made a lot of fruit. So subscribe and you can see all that history. But basically, back in 2018, I did some Nabal avocado grafts right there. And I did another Nabal graft right back there as well. That was done September 2018. So these grafts are just under 4 years old. And they've made fruit the last 2 years. And so I'm able to see how they produce over certain years. Here's this year's production. Flowering's done. And this is the fruit set for this year. I see 2 fruit. This year, I didn't do the honey water trick. The honey water trick, I did a few videos about it. You can check them out on my channel. Basically, you spray the flowers with honey, and that's supposed to attract pollinators. And more pollinators means more fruit. But this year, I didn't do it just as an experiment. I wanted to see how this tree would do without honey water. And it looks like it's a sparse year. I don't see a lot of fruit on this Nabal tree. Here's one tiny one way back there, if you can see it. I've counted 3 fruit on these 2 grafts. 2 big grafts. Here's the other Nabal graft right here, done back in 2018. Good growth, solid growth, but this year, very, very little fruit set. Let's look at last year's fruit set. This is the fruit that formed last year, and these are almost ready to pick. They're going to start falling off the tree in about a few weeks or so, and when they start falling, then you know they're really ready to eat, and they're delicious, delicious fruit. You put them in bags because animals start to bite them. That's how you know they're good. And this white stuff is paint to protect the trees from sunburn. You're going to see a lot of white paint on these trunks. But yeah, very, very little production this year for the Nabal. And that seems to be the characteristic of the Nabal, where 1 year it's an alternate bearer. 1 year is going to make a lot of fruit, the next year is not. So that seems to be playing out on this. And there's the growth habit. There's the graft right there. And here's all the Nabal growth. Good upright grower, strong grower, and it wants to be a big tree, but not a lot of fruit. Now let me show you another graft, the Nimlioh, which I'm really impressed by. Nimlioh avocado is this whole section right here. Let me zoom in close, show you guys the graft. There was the graft. This is the most recent graft I did too, of these 3 types. I did this graft in 2019, I believe. I don't know exactly when I did the graft in 2019. So it's about 3 years old, and it's a good, consistent producer. Here is last year's fruit. So this is from the last year's bloom. And here's this year's fruit. So this is a cool, funky little characteristic of these Guatemalan type avocados. They generally need 1 year. They need to hang on the tree at least 1 year for them to develop their full oil and their full flavor. And so what happens is there's an overlap. So last year's fruit and then this year's fruit. And this graft is really, really productive, more productive than the Nabal. There's good fruit set all over there here. Let me show you. There's another little Nimlioh fruit. Here's some more. So Nimlioh seems to be a nice producer, and the fruit is excellent and fantastic. I like it a lot. Now let's go look over here to the champ of the year for this year. Is the Reed. This is the Reed graft. This is probably the oldest graft, and I think that's one contributing factor as to why it's so productive. But this is a lot of production on this Reed graft section right here. Good fruit set. Good fruit set here. Look at all the fruit. Let me show you more. Whoa. Oh man, you got even more than I was expecting. There's more reeds. I didn't even see this section. Good fruit set on the Reed area. Here's the graft on the Reed. It's You could hardly see it. It was done way down there. It's barely visible now. That's the reed graft. This graft was done in 2017, so it's 5 years old, a little over 5 years old. That's the reed section. So there it is, folks. Those are the production qualities of these three varieties. And regarding Scion wood, again, I get a lot of requests for Scion wood, a lot of people asking for Scion wood. It's reached the point where, I stopped responding to those comments. I'm not ignoring you. I just want you to know that I'm working on it. I'm trying to graft as many trees as possible. But what you see behind me is basically what I got. I only have this tree, and then I recently grafted Nabal, Nimlioh, and a few others to another little small tree that I have. But those grafts are very young, just a few months old. A lot of people want these varieties, and I feel bad. I want people to have these varieties. These are excellent, fantastic avocados, and I want people to be able to try them. So I'm scrambling. I'm grafting as much as I can. I'm planting as many seeds as I can in little pots. I'm waiting for them to grow out so I can do some grafting onto them and start distributing these trees to folks who want them, who need them, and who are interested in them. So please be patient. Be patient. I'm going to try to make it happen for you. I want you to be able to have these varieties. They're just great, and I want to share them with the world. All right. So that's the situation. That's my situation right now. I'm working like crazy to try to get as many avocado trees up and growing, and then grafting on these excellent varieties like you see right behind me onto them, so folks can have them. All right, guys, if you like this video, don't forget, give me one of those thumbs up, give me a like, subscribe, leave me a comment down below. Let me know how your trees and grafts are doing. As always, thank you for watching.